Hey everyone, happy Friday, almost Saturday. How's everyone doing? Those of you that celebrate Christmas, are you guys ready? Do you need more time? I'm pretty much ready. I just got to get some stocking stuffers, some last minute gifts, but I'll be done this weekend. Then I got wrapping to do once everything comes in. I'm a late shopper. I'm a procrastinator. I don't decide until the last minute. My sister, she's a Virgo, so she was done like a month ago. Yay! Isn't that such a good feeling to just be done? I also love wrapping gifts because I like when people have something to actually unwrap and open. But I do sometimes just be a bagger, just some tissue paper. But I'm like my mom, like I'll wrap the gifts a lot of the time, most of the gifts, and then if I put it in a bag, like most of them are wrapped inside of the bag. But I don't know. I think that's like the one thing that gets me in the holiday mood is wrapping gifts. You said you're ready, kinda, IJ. Hey Ari, welcome in. Black Friday and Cyber Monday had great deals. That's good to hear because it's been a while since I've seen good deals around those times. Dodger, I feel like it's been a while since you've been in here. Am I wrong? Hey Tia, thank you for the donation. You're actually first on my list tonight, Tia. Christmas shopping is whooping your ass. Well, hopefully you guys get paid next Friday and all of your Christmas shopping is done like in the next couple of days. That's always good, is to get all your shopping out of the way and then know you have one more big payday before Christmas hits. That's always nice. Hopefully that is the case for you guys. But today, if today is payday, then that's cool too. Putting pretty bows or little trinkets on top of the wrapping paper. Yeah, I love wrapping. Like, I wish I had the drive to like really, really get motivated with it. The one thing I will say, I want to do something different every year, but right now, the one thing I will say is that all my gifts are always in the same wrapping paper. So like everyone in my family knows like it's from me. So like if one thing's wrapped in that wrapping paper, everything is. It just makes it easier that way. You haven't been here in a while. Okay, I thought so. I thought it had been a while since I had seen you. Well, I hope you're doing well. You're not ready yet, Margaret? Tia, I was just thanking you for your donation and told you that you're first on my list after the free list. Did my hubby get me a nice present? I'm pretty sure I know everything that he's getting me because he pretty much does the same type of stocking stuffers every year. There might be something he might want to throw in there that I don't know about, but he typically always does like candy, sunflower seeds, and just like little random things that are useful to me. Um, but yeah, I'm trying to think. I think I know everything he's getting. Because I was very specific this year. So, but he likes surprises, so I don't know. Part of me thinks that maybe he'll throw something else in there. But he got me a shake plate, like the vibration plate. I don't know if you guys are on that side of TikTok, but I'm on like the holistic health side of TikTok. So he got me vibration plates. If you've heard of those, they're really cool. He also got me an apothecary book, which I really wanted. Just like holistic stuff is like kind of my vibe this year. Homemade gifts, Dodger. Yeah, I definitely agree with that. Time is getting away from me. One of the things on my wish list for my family is a dehydrator because I wanted to make simmer pot gifts for people with like dried citrus and cinnamon and everything else. That will probably have to be for next year, but I did ask for a dehydrator. I love sunflower seeds. My mom has like created this addiction between all of her children. Like our husbands are like these like our wives eat sunflower seeds like we've never seen. It's Gunner, leave it alone. IJ, I have your question. Shake plate's really great. I know that a lot of like athletes use it. Also, astronauts use it, but it helps really with circulation in your body. It's considered a workout as well. It helps with balance, like IJ said. It helps with draining your lymph nodes. It helps like your heart. It helps reduce joint pain. But it's also like a workout at the same time. It basically just like sends vibrations through your body, and there's a lot of like literature on it. But it's supposed to be really healthy. So if you have like issues with your joints or fibromyalgia, or you have issues with inflammation in your body, just like autoimmune, like literally anything that you can think of, it probably would help you with. You're like that way with pistachios. That's so funny. We are like addicted to sunflower seeds. It's crazy. Like, it's crazy. I mean, I don't eat sunflower seeds every day, but I would say close to every day. It's like my little high protein snack that gives me something to do so I'm not eating like a gajillion calories, like while we're watching a movie or TV or whatever. It's like my me time. That and acai bowls. All right, let me get some free questions answered. All right, so first thing on the list, we have Joanna. Will Lucy reach out to me? Joanna, will Lucy reach out to me? Maybe, most likely yes. I am getting it most likely yes, Joanna, but it is a maybe. It's the Wheel of Fortune. So that tells me that there's still some things up in the air about this decision. We vibes. We vibes. I am getting a yes, we vibes. We have the Four of Wands. I think that your Aries does feel like this is weighing heavy on them. Dodger. Oh, Dodger, I'm getting a yes for you. I have the Page of Cups. Margaret. Margaret, I have a yes for you. Four of Wands. Also, guys, I do shuffle in between turns. So if you guys are getting the same card as someone else, just know it is meant for you. All right, this is for Ari. Ari, I am getting a no. I have the Moon. Margaret, you wait till the last minute. I just saw that. I'm the same way, girl. I'm the same way. I'm like, I get so close that sometimes gifts don't get delivered on time. I'm really bad about it. One time I was getting a gift for my brother-in-law, and granted I was late, but I wasn't like obnoxiously late. It's just that the tracking kept getting pushed back and back and back. And I ended up printing out a picture of what I got him and putting that in a box for him to open it and unwrap it. And he was so confused because it's literally just like a piece of paper with a picture of the gift. And I was like, I'm getting you, because it was a shirt. It was like a Dwight from The Office quote. He loves that shirt, by the way. This man wears a shirt like every week. He loves it. And I got it for him a couple years back. But anyways, that's what I did because I wanted him to have something to open, but like I didn't have the actual gift. So yeah, but that's how I am. Like I cut it very close. This one wasn't my fault, but that's what I end up doing sometimes is just taking a picture, printing it off, and giving it to them. So you never know with me. You're gonna be surprised. If you're getting a gift from me, it's never gonna be what you expect. All right, IJ. You're welcome, Joanna. We Vibes, Dodger. You're very welcome. Yeah, you never know, Dodger. You're gonna come in here and you're gonna get some knowledge dropped on you. You have no idea. I need to share more about these shake plates because like I see them all over my For You page, but I'm wondering if that's because I have it in my like cart. But everyone I talk to, I'm like, I want to get one. They're like, have no idea what I'm talking about. So I feel like I need to share more information on it. We're still doing free readings if you want to post your yes, no. I'm going through these as quickly as I can. I will, Dodger. I will definitely let you know. The thing I'm most excited about is reduced physical pain and improved circulation and like lymphatic drainage. Like those are like the main things I'm really excited about. Plus the fact that it's like a workout all in one. And my hope is that it will like regulate my nervous system, stimulate my vagus nerve, that kind of thing. So that way I can have less anxiety. But we'll see. We'll see. All right, this is for IJ. I have a yes, the star IJ. By the way, donations are open. We have Tia on the list, but that's it for right now. IJ, I think they're on sale on TikTok Shop. They had a sale going on Amazon for the shake plates. Sorry guys, I'm all over the place with the chat right now. But I found a price, the same brand and everything, like for half of the price on TikTok Shop. So it might be worth looking into versus Amazon. And it came in really fast. Brennan ordered it, and I think it was here within like 3 or 4 days. Amy. I have a maybe. Yes, the world. So maybe not noticing you in the way that you're wanting. Like if you were thinking he was noticing you with attraction, that might not have been the case. It was the Seven of Swords. So I think he just didn't want to acknowledge it. That's kind of like sneaky, like taking a quick look, like a glance, like noticing you, but not really do anything about it. Or doing anything about it. Dodger, yes, people lose weight on the shake plate. I've seen testimonials about it. Obviously, I don't know because I haven't done it yet, but it's because it's helping with like underlying issues. It's allowing for movement in your body. So if there's any stagnancy there, which I know I have physical stagnancy and energetic stagnancy. I've heard people say that they've had it for like a month or two and lost like 10 or 15 pounds. So that's also another plus. Age as I have a maybe, no. So maybe two of swords, most likely not though. Like I think it still could happen, but I'm not gonna put money on it. Definitely Dodger. I've seen people with lymphedema sharing their testimonial on there. So I would just like Google vibration plate, or I will like look on this TikTok search vibration plate lymphedema. There's going to probably be some posts there from people telling their like testimonial on how it helps with their legs. I do know people are saying it also helps with cellulite and things like that. To answer your question, Mom Life, I am usually on late at night. Earlier this week, I did get on one night around 6, but you'll likely catch me Monday through Friday. If you see me on a weekend, it is completely unplanned and spontaneous, but generally it's Monday through Friday. I highly recommend you guys follow me on Instagram as well, because that over there in my stories, every single day, Monday through Friday, you'll see a post from me telling you what I'm doing. So, like, am I going to be live? Am I going to be doing offline readings, which is basically where I offer donated readings at the same price as I would a live stream, and I send you voice clips for your reading. A lot of people take advantage of that too. All right. Ari, yes, I think you should probably let this guy get to know you a little bit better. Printing a picture of your brother's gift. Yes, I sure did. I sure did. At least you're creative about it. I just put 3 aside, 200 for my parents to split, and 50 each for my 2 brothers. I tell everyone else I'm broke. That's smart. That's smart, girl. It does. We have such a big family. Like, it's crazy. Our family is so huge. We ended up doing a Secret Santa this year because it's just so many people. Like, I'd rather do a Secret Santa and everybody can get what they want than like stressing us out and all of us feeling like we have to come up with like a $45 to $50 gift per person. Our family is just too big for that. It's our immediate family, but we're getting older. Like my mom's kids are getting older. My brother, my youngest brother is turning 18 next year. And so we're all adults. So we have spouses, families are growing, children, all that stuff. So it's like at some point it's just too much. And right now we're just like, you know what, Secret Santa. We've done it the last couple of years. We had like a min-max kind of vibe, and then that's what we're doing. And then there's like certain people we're buying for separately. All right, Sienna. Tia, if you want to post your question or your mini reading, feel free to do so. This is for Sienna. I have a yes, Sienna, 8 of Wands. That's a really great card for communication. Ari, that is correct. That is correct. The moon does talk about there's still some things to learn here about the situation, about each other, so he might need more information to go on. Dodger, I will absolutely let you know my results of the shake plate. Since I know what my gift is, even though it's something that can help me now, it's not that far off from Christmas. So I told my husband I'm just going to wait to use it because that still gives me something to look forward to, especially since I know what I'm getting. So I am waiting. So let's check back like the end of January. How about that? And I'll do a check-in and let you guys know how it's going. All right, Tia, I have your, oh, that's your free question. Okay. Will Cancer regret his actions? Maybe, yes. Most likely, yes. I have the Fool in Judgment, so I feel like this person is like maybe having some self-reflection and trying to find ways to like understand what he did wrong. This is the card of healing. It's the card of forgiveness as well. So he might, it's like absolution. So he might even come to you to provide clarity and ask for forgiveness. But at a minimum, he's going to try to work through that on his own. You recommend the rebounder to your parents with lymph fluid issues, or your patients. Why did I say parents? Patients with lymph fluid issues. It's fun to jump on. Is that kind of like the trampoline effect? Because that's what I hear. This is kind of like. IJ, definitely look into it. Try shop around too. I think mine was called the Mirach or the Maroc or something. I don't remember what it's specifically called. I'll have to double check it, but I think that's what it MERACH if I'm not mistaken. And I would definitely recommend shop around because you can get this at a cheaper price. If you go to the first place you look, you might end up spending more money when you don't need to. So, and it could be just be something in your back pocket. Obviously, you don't have to get it right away. It could just be something you think about for a while. That's what I did. I've been wanting it for a few months. I would say since about September. All right, we have a question to answer for Mom Life Star Girl. Oh, hey Jazz, hey girl, thank you for the donation. It looks like I also got a donation from James as well. Ari, hopefully I clarified things up for you. Tia said mini love spread for her mini reading. You're welcome, guys. All right, let me answer these questions real quick, these last two, and then we're going to get started on donations. So, Mom Life, I'm not sure if you're new here. If you are, welcome in. Thank you for being here. I wanted to let you know that it is a part of my practice that I don't answer questions specifically related to health. Like, if you have a question that's like a yes, no, and related to this, like, for instance, if you wanted to find out if ask spirit if you should be looking more into this for her, like since dementia is not something that the physicians are diagnosing her with, but is it something to look more into? I can ask that question. Like, basically, you shouldn't just accept their word for it. If you should be asking for like a second opinion or trying to figure out another routes to understand this better or take a holistic approach, I can definitely like look into that kind of stuff. I just typically don't do diagnoses. But let's see how spirit wants you to move forward here. Should she be taking the doctor's word for it? Should she be getting a second opinion? Should she be looking into holistic approach? Okay, so typically I don't go this in depth for a free read, Mom Life, but I definitely wanted to like try to see if I could figure this out for you. They are saying overall you should take the physician's word for it. They're saying that you should recognize their expertise and like understand that what they're saying is likely true or is the correct diagnosis for her. However, and they're saying you don't need a second opinion on dementia, okay? But what they are saying is that you should be looking into this further on a holistic approach. So it could be like the need for a heavy metal detox or some other type of detox. Or maybe she needs some type of supplementation because something she's lacking. So if you want to look at like a detox or a holistic healer route, that would be good. But as far as the physician's diagnosis on a spiritual level, they are saying that you can pretty much take what they're saying as fact. And there's no need to get a second opinion on this specific diagnosis. But it does seem that there might be something else going on here that you're going to want to look into. So hopefully that helps you. Let me pull up Stargirl. Stargirl is the last one on the free list. All right, Stargirl. You're very welcome, Mom Life. Have a great night. Hopefully we see you back here again. I have a no, Stargirl, 5 of Wands. You're welcome, Stargirl. Thank you for being here. All right, let's go ahead and post the donation list just so everyone knows where they are. First, we have Tia, then we have Ajaz, and then we have James. All right, Tia. Tia wants a love spread. Gunner, leave it alone. All right, Aries and Tia. Aries and Tia. Tia, so your person, I'm gonna tell you something and then I need you to clarify for me because this is gonna determine how I move forward with this reading. But the one thing that's jumping out at me right now is that the intentions are very like platonic. The intentions are very much like let's be friends. So if you guys are not in a relationship, this is the energy. If you're like, this doesn't make sense because we're boyfriend, girlfriend, or we're married or something like that, then I'm going to tell you that there's some type of teamwork or collaboration that he is looking for from you and your connection. So this is like, I kind of need to know the status of your relationship to understand how to interpret this card. If you guys are not officially together, like in an official status kind of way, I feel like your person in a way is feeling that something needs to be worked out between the two of you in order for him to even consider taking things to the next level. Because right now it feels very coworker, friend, acquaintance, kind of vibe. It's not, I'm not getting like romance, but I will say what he's showing the connection is the Knight of Wands. And so this to me tells me that he can be, and I'm saying he, if I'm wrong and it's like a she or like whatever her pronoun is or their pronoun is, please correct me. But you're Aries. I feel like they're the type of person. You said not official, long distance, haven't seen each other since middle school. Okay. Your person is very like wants to, I don't know, I get like a very like fiery, attractive, maybe they're a very attractive person. This is kind of like playing the field. It's the Knight of Wands. So they kind of just want to live to their own devices and kind of do whatever it is that they want to do and not necessarily be tied down. Okay, thank you. Um, so that kind of makes sense as to why he's looking at you as a friend or an acquaintance because you guys went to middle school together and you guys have not seen each other since then. So that's making sense. I feel like he's kind of in this stage where he's just viewing you as this distant thing. It doesn't mean that there isn't attraction here because there is the Knight of Wands, but he's not viewing you in a romantic sense as like a romantic option or love interest right now. And he himself is kind of in a place of just kind of doing his own thing and like wanting to just play the field and whatever. Um, I think that he does think about you from time to time, but it's more head over heart. He's not emotionally invested. He's thinking of things logically with you. And I think potentially because you guys are not in the same area or the same location, it feels like this poses a challenge for him. Him in the Knight of Swords energy, he wants what's easy. He wants what's accessible. He wants what's near him. Like I just feel like he wants the type of connection with someone where he can just swing by and just like hang out. Like I don't think he's gonna want to work really hard on like a long distance thing right now. Um that might be the block, right? Um I have the Justice card under blocks or influences. Um, this talks about law. It talks about jurisdiction. So maybe this is Spirit's way of saying you guys are in different jurisdictions, different locations. This also talks about cause and effect, like there's consequences for actions. If you don't make the right choice, then things can't work out. Very, very structured. So maybe he would view this connection as something that's like too complicated or too much paperwork or too much. I don't know. That's like the vibe I'm getting. It's so weird because I've never really looked at this card that way. But it's like it feels too binding for him. And I just don't think that's, what he's looking for. Let me see. What's the overall energy? Now, I will say, Tia, that from what he knows about you, from what he remembers, and maybe even like if he were to take the time to get to know you again, I think he would feel that you guys are highly compatible. He's coming through as the King of Swords and the Knight of Wands, and you're coming through as the Queen of Swords. So that's a coupling within the same suit, within the same court, um, court cards. So whenever I see a king and a queen of the same suit in the reading, it always says to me that there's like an energetic match, that he views you guys as very compatible from what he knows about you, that basically you guys would have similar interests or like maybe similar upbringing, similar traditions. Again, you guys have that studious aka swords, like background of going to school together. So maybe you guys would have that in common. That would be a sense of nostalgia or familiarity for him. The swords are they're a great match. The same court cards, king and a queen of the same suit is always going to be a good match. But the swords is more like a meeting of the minds. It can be romantic, but it's not necessarily romantic. It just indicates that you guys might have a similar thinking pattern. You guys might have similar mental interests or hobbies or something along those lines. So he would feel that you're very compatible in those kinds of ways. And it doesn't mean it can't be romantic, but it's just not where he's at right now. Let me know if you have any questions about this. So for your follow-up, will things change when you guys see each other? I don't know if, because that's not the question that I asked. So if you wanted to, we could look into that if you wanted to donate again. But what I will say from the cards that I have, if I were to guess, I would feel that he would be open to it. Um, because I think there could be an attraction there with the Knight of Wands. I just think that he doesn't really know like what to think right now, if that makes sense. So I think he would be open to things changing between you guys, the dynamic. I think the main issue that we're running into is the fact that you wouldn't be easily accessible to him. And he seems like he's the type of person in this season of life that he wants things to be easy for him. He doesn't want to work very hard at a love connection. So that's what I would guess based off of the information that I have. Yeah, you're welcome, Tia. What are Nay the Sag feelings? It's funny that you said Sage. I was going to name one of my cats Sage if one of them was a girl, but they weren't. What are Nay the Sag feelings towards Ajax? Yeah, it definitely can be, for sure, for sure. But we ended up naming him Bodhi, and he's such a Bodhi anyways, so it works. Our cats definitely have the names that fit them very, very well. I dream of having like a long-haired tabby with like a sage vibe that's just super prissy and girly. I'm surrounded by men. My sister's entire household is men. My entire household is men. My mom's entire household is men. My brother is gay, so men. And we need more women in our family. It's crazy. I do have two nieces and a sister-in-law. So like I get my feminine energy from like my mom, my sisters and stuff. But like we just like live in houses filled with like testosterone, and I'm just ready for like a girl something. Oh, you donated for a second reading? I know. I had little tabbies that I fostered and ended up having to give them up. And it was like heartbreaking. And I like think about them from time to time. And like, they're just complete like black and like completely black animals. Like, my sister has a black lab. I've got a fully black cat. Like, I have such a soft spot for those kinds of animals for some reason. Like, I just think they're so beautiful. But I think about my tabbies, and I think about them so much, and I hope that they're doing good. I hope they're still happy and healthy and all of that. But they're like 10 years old at this point. They were like little babies. I rescued them. Their mom got hit on the side of the road, and they like she was like freshly passed away. And I ended up taking them, scooping them up, and probably saving them. Yeah, I just have always had it on my heart to want my little tabby girl back. You only have one nephew, the rest are girls. That's also like cool too, though. That's good. I just hope like I have a girl or my sister has a girl, or I don't know. I hope like when like we get to that stage of life, like I hope there's a girl that's on the way somewhere. Yeah, they were super cute. The SPCA helped me like foster them, and they named them Phil and Lil from the Rugrats. So it was really cute. All right, so Nay's feelings towards you, Ajaz. Mm, I feel like Nay is looking for an opportunity to communicate with you, hang out with you, spend time with you. The Ace of Pentacles is here, so like she's looking for something real, like three-dimensional. You know, we can have energetic telepathic connections with people that never really manifest in our real life, and then we can have physical relationships with people, tangible, like you see them in your daily life kind of vibe. That's what she's looking for with you. I feel like she's looking for something like that she can see you, spend time with you, like talk to you. I don't think she wants like an energetic connection at all. I think she wants a way for this to manifest in your physical reality, and that she's looking for an opportunity for this to happen. I also see the Lovers here, so I think there could be a sexual interest in you as well, and wanting to explore each other physically as well. And then I also have the Four of Wands. So I think that she would also be open in the state of mind that she's in to take things to the next level with you. So if you guys are like, I don't know, in a talking stage or whatever, wherever your stage is, like whatever the next level would be from there. So if you guys haven't like gone out on a date recently or something like that, that might be something that she's interested in. Oh, I see. Yeah, you said she's doing better, right? So I think that at a minimum, Nay wants to meet up. But I think that there is desire here to have a physical relationship and also maybe up the relationship in a romantic way, and like date each other, go at least go on dates. I'm not really sure if it's going to be something official, but the Four of Wands does indicate that Nay would be open to actually having a relationship right now. Oh, she's doing so much better. Yay. I'm so happy. I'm so happy to hear that. Your mom's no. Okay, so Nay's birthday is next week. Because I was going to say, I thought you said your mom was an Aquarius. So Nay's birthday is next week. Yeah, I think that she's trying to manifest a way to see you. Oh, Pisces, you're an Aquarius. Okay, that's right. That's right. That's right. So your mom's birthday is after yours. Okay, that makes sense. I knew it was something like that. That confused me. But yeah, Nay's birthday next week. Okay. Oh, that's cool. February. I feel like big things happen in February. So Ajaz, to finish out this part of your reading, and let me know if you need if you need anything confirmed. But I feel as though she's very worried, Nay is, that these plans could potentially fall through and then she won't end up seeing you. I think she's very worried about that. I think she has her hopes high right now when it comes to you, and she is going to be very disappointed if it doesn't end up working out. No worries. Oh, Tia, thank you for the tip, girl. Are you still in here? You said she originally had plans with her boyfriend, messy. You just don't want to be a plan B for her. Is she. Oh, interesting. Interesting. So, why was I picking up on her wanting to be potentially in a relationship with you then? Oh, damn. He never comes through. He just gives her excuses. Girl, she's probably trying to line you up. She's probably trying to line you up because she might be planning an escape with this boyfriend or from this boyfriend and thinking, you got to be careful with people like this, though. Honestly, serial monogamous, that's an issue. A lot of times there's people out there that line up their next relationship before they get out of the one that they're in because they're too scared to be alone. So just be very careful with that. But at the same time, if you know, if you're in love with that person and this isn't a pattern for her, then it's going to be what it's going to be. Sometimes you can't stay away from the love of your life. So, no judgment or anything like that. But if she has a history of going from relationship to relationship and jumping ship like that, just be wary or be careful of that, because I feel relationship vibes with you from her right now. What is your question for your next mini reading? You said she's in love with you and you think this is what did it for her. Oh, right, right. That's the thing. She was afraid to leave him. Yeah. Because, what is that saying? You lose them how you got them. Isn't that the expression? So she could do to you what she's doing to him, lining up the next person after your connection before walking away. It's like, you lose them how you got them, and with, like, for example, with my husband, I can never lose him how I got him, because how I got him, he had been out of a relationship for a year or two. I can't remember how long it had been. And he was fully healed, did the work, all of that. So it's like, you know, but if someone leaves you, like, I mean, I think that there's rare circumstances. Like, I do know that sometimes you just find the love of your life and you can't resist them, and you're going to be with them for the rest of your life. And that's just an unfortunate thing that happened, and you would never do it again and all this other stuff. But that expression exists for a reason. So just tread carefully. Just be careful with that, because I just don't want you to get hurt. Why has Dom the Leo been avoiding you but writing you randomly? Oh, that's weird. You feel like her and the boyfriend are in the closet. Oh, I see. Is it like a real relationship, like between them, like romantic, emotional, physical, all of that stuff? Or do you think that there's certain things that she's not getting from this person that she feels she can have with you? Keeping your distance. All right. Why has Dom the Leo been avoiding Ajaz but writing randomly? So I'm getting the message that Ajaz, whenever Dom feels that they don't have access to you or information about you, or they're in the dark about you, or something along those lines, they reach out. They'll reach out randomly because they're trying to get that connection again. So you said when they're on great terms, she is definitely not getting what she has with me from this person. Okay, that makes sense. She just has to get real with herself then, Jazz. She has to, like, get real and, like, accept what it is that she's looking for, what it is she wants, and realizes, like, who's going to give that to me. And just be confident in herself. Maybe she's just not fully ready to, like, embrace that aspect of herself or something. I don't know. But in regards to Dom feels in the dark when it comes to you sometimes. Like, for instance, if they don't have access to you, they might not know, oh, is Jazz dating? What's Jazz up to these days? XYZ. Dom can only get but so much information from other sources. And if you guys, if you're, like, blocking them from certain things, or even if they're watching everything that you're doing online, for example, they still feel at times that they're on the outside of your life. And I think that when those times happen, they want to come back in your energy and be like, hey, don't forget about me, But this is about power. So just be careful with Dom, because I have the Magician. And this indicates that Dom tries to keep the emotional tie between you guys in effort to keep the power dynamic in the relationship on their side. Like, they want the power to lend to them and feel like they have the upper hand in your relationship. So this is kind of like a classic thing that people will do when they aren't wanting to give to you fully. So they pull back, but then they want to come back in your space because they're not ready to fully let you go either. And they think to themselves, okay, has it been long enough? Has she moved on? Like, what is she thinking? What's going on with her? I haven't talked to her in a minute. let me get back in her energy so that way she gets feelings for me again. And then I can just always keep her on the hook. So this is like a power trip here. Feeling like if they can spark those feelings again by getting in contact with you, like that's the thing. Toxic masculinity. Yeah, exactly. She's like, yeah, because she's still trying to work things out with her girlfriend. So she's keeping you on the line. All right. You seem to have people in your life, Jazz, that want to do this to you. But I think that's what it is. I think she's like, for instance, with the Sag, it's like she's lining you up. So that way she's setting herself up for the best outcome. Whereas Dom is keeping you on the line. So it's kind of different, but it's kind of the same. So I think that's honestly the motive there. You're an aqua show, learn quick. You already know what's up. Exactly. I don't know. But Jazz, they're only going to do to you what you allow. Okay. So, like, you're only going to, like, there's an expression where it's like, you accept what you deserve. Or, no, you accept what you think you deserve, not what you actually deserve. So, I think you basically have the power here, to be completely honest. You're the shot caller. You can determine if this is going to fly with you or not. And so you just have to like determine what you will and will not accept from the situation. But I feel like people out there are going to take and take and take. And unless you put some kind of boundary up, and that's why boundaries are so important right now in the 2020s. Like everyone's talking about boundaries because we never had them. We never set them. Or we were never taught boundaries. And we're the generation, Gen Zs and millennials, to basically say, oh, hell no, like no, boundaries. There's a lot of movements going on right now. And stuff like that where women are rising up in their power, and you're a divine feminine and you need to own that. You're too nice. Yeah. You're probably very forgiving and you have probably a very soft heart and you want to believe the best in people. But again, they're only going to push but so far. It's up to you to decide what you'll allow. So if you're going to keep allowing it, they're going to keep pushing. It's just human nature. Do you have any follow-up to that? Anything you need confirmed that I said? Will she try to make a move if you hang out? Hey, James, that sounds great. I am getting a yes, Ajaz, and the Ace of Pentacles making appearance. Yeah, I am getting a yes for that. You're welcome, Em. All right, and we're doing this for Patty, right, James? Ajaz, let me know if You need anything else from me before I get started with James? She acts scared every time. I think, honestly, I think it's an act. I think she wants it. Like, she wants whatever, like, however far you're willing to go. I think she's intrigued by that. But, I don't know. Yeah, you're welcome. You're very welcome. She does. She wouldn't know what to do with it. Oh my God, you're so funny. James, we are working on your channel message now. So bear with me while I get this going here. No, leave it alone. Leave it alone. Gunner, go. Go. Mm-mm. Ari James, are you here? I'm about to send you your channeling now. She says, I'm going to be blunt. I am feeling all over the place right now. I know I did some really shitty things, but you said some really shitty things. I don't regret blocking you because I needed a minute to cool off and figure out what the hell just happened. Honestly, I wasn't sure if I even wanted to talk to you. But now, after all of that, I made the right choice. I don't know how I'm supposed to feel. I'm pissed. I didn't expect things to blow up like that. I'm not ready to jump back in like nothing happened. I'm not in any hurry. Whew. All right, let's do your love too. Gunner. My God, my cat is looking to be murdered tonight. What are you getting into? Might have to knock you out. If Brennan calls me while I'm doing your reading, I know, I'm sorry, James. I actually thought that channeled message was potentially going to be worse than it was. Stop it. I'm going to put you in your room. Oh my God. Brennan might call me in a couple minutes. I'll answer. I'm just going to let him know that I'm still doing readings and then I'll come right back. All right. What she's giving to the connection. I feel like she is giving a sense of distance. This feels intentional. I feel like she's feeling, oh my God, hold on. My cat's going to I'm going to kill him. Hold. All right, let's go to bed. Come on. Let's go to bed. Come on. Okay. Sorry about that. I don't know what it is, but like around this time of night, they want to be tucked into bed. They want me to physically walk down the hallway, put them in their room. I think part of it is they know sometimes they get snacks before bed. And instead of just walking themselves back there themselves, if they want to be in their room so bad, they'll just start getting into stuff. They'll just bite, chew on cords, get on the countertops, you name it. And I'm like, you don't physically need me to walk you back to your room. Just go to your room if you want to be back there. And like it's this whole thing. And so they were getting into trouble because they wanted me to bring them back to their room. Anyways. All right, so you said you'll send on IG. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll read that in a second. All right, so love to. Let's get back to it. And if Brennan calls me, I'm so sorry. I'm going to have to interrupt you again. But basically, she's feeling some type of abandonment from you, like emotional abandonment. I think it was very jarring for her to get the message that she did from you. Truth be told, she deserves it. Truth be told, but I think the experience itself was not something that she expected. I think because typically you don't like really say how you feel is in such like it was tactful, like it was a thoughtful message, but you were just so blunt with it. And I just think honestly it was just jarring. She just wasn't expecting it. She feels emotionally abandoned by you. I think she's pulled away to protect herself. I know she's not offering much warmth or reassurance at this moment, and that's because I think that certain things that she was saying she feels like has been neglected or misunderstood by you. And I think also she's dealing with some self-doubt herself about whether or not like she's being supported. And this is really all about her right now. She feels like this is you completely misunderstood. Like basically that it's like that gif where it's like joke and then it's like you and it goes right over your head. Like I feel like for her, she's like, wow, like he just doesn't get it. Like that's her energy. And you're like, wow, she just doesn't get it. And like you guys just are not seeing eye to eye, like literally at all right now. Hey, baby. Okay. Um, so that's kind of like where she's at right now. Her thoughts about you, we have the Fool in reverse. She seems clouded by uncertainty. I think she's hesitant to take any risks with you right now, like literally at all. Um, the Fool to me feels like a leap of faith, and I feel like she doesn't have much faith. I think that there's a sense of her feeling naive, or like the relationship that you guys had was just like bullshit. Like that's kind of what I'm hearing her say. um and I think she's honestly questioning everything right now. She doesn't know like if you meant what you said, or if you were just being impulsive and reckless because you were frustrated. She kind of is like, well, true colors have shown, like, and the truth comes out. But the thing is that she's somewhat pleased by this because then it gives her all the excuse in the world to retreat and pull back, even though it hurts like her feelings, because she says it doesn't hurt her feelings, but she's crazy. It hurts her feelings. um But I think that like this is what she was doing intentionally. She was self-sabotaging, right? We already talked about this. So she was in this place where she was like, okay, well, I'm not feeling very comfortable right now, and so I'm just going to keep pushing him, pushing him, pushing him till he blows up on me, and then I have an excuse to kind of bow out of the situation. Um, I think that she is overthinking whether it's even worth putting herself back out there with you. Um, there's definitely a disconnect and an imbalance in the emotional dynamic between you guys. I think that she feels that the feelings that she had for you are fractured right now. And I think that she's feeling conflicted about whether or not, like, this is even worth this at all. It's almost like a self-fulfilling prophecy, because I feel like she was trying really hard to like make you become this monster, and so she was pushing you and pushing you and pushing you until you became this quote unquote monster, which is really not a monster. It's just you speaking how you feel. And it's like, oh well, there it is. Like, oh, there it is. There, you see, he like, I knew it all along. And it's like, no, like, when you are pushing someone into being something that they're not because you are being such a complicated person, then yes, of course that's going to be the natural reaction. And it's like she's almost feeling some kind of like happiness that she can now has the excuse to like retreat. It's like the wildest thing. Very, very, very crazy. Um, let's see. I think she's just gonna set that boundary with you, James. I don't know if you're unblocked or whatever. Hold on, let me look at the message that you sent me. Oh, it's 111. Because I'm trying to see if you were unblocked or not. Was this via email? It might have been via email. I'll read this in a second. So yeah, you might not be unblocked for all I know, but she's setting boundaries. She feels like she's trying to cut through the emotional fog. She's like, I'm not playing games. Things are so complicated. They're more complicated than I thought that they were. And um yeah, that's just the vibe. I feel like she's just like, at this point, all gloves are off. I feel like both of you are just going to be speaking very, very honestly to each other. Like, that's what it feels like. I don't necessarily think there are influences or blocks, surprisingly, because I think for the first time you guys are actually being very, very real with each other, and you're saying how you feel. I think there is a clouded haze over your connection because you guys don't really know like what the future is going to hold at this point. I think that there's hurt feelings on both sides. I think there are unrealistic expectations on both sides, or there have been, maybe not so much anymore. And I think that there's overwhelm on both sides because I think for her, she's like, well, what's going to happen now? And I think for you, you're like, you were having so much faith in the possibilities of what the relationship once was and what it could be. And I think now it's like everything, the illusion is just kind of shattered at this point, and like that's what it is. So I don't think there's necessarily any blocks. Oh, interesting, because I was going to say like the tower, and then the overall energy is the tower. So sudden change, disruption, breaking down of old structures. This is the overall energy in the connection right now. Everything feels like it's crumbling, and there's no way to avoid fallout from the fight. Like, this is forcing Patty to confront everything that she's been pushing you to become, and then you're having to face the fallout of like everything that she has been doing that you finally are like addressing with her, and everything just feels like it's crashing down. And like what happens next is, I don't know. Like, this is the rubble right now where you guys are at, and it's like, are you going to choose to rebuild? or are you going to choose to just call it and walk away? Like, it's kind of crazy. But let's take a look at your. Wait, why is my computer not working? Hold on, guys. Hold on. For some reason, hello. Okay, can you guys hear me? Okay, I think we're back. Somehow I'm on mute again. I don't even know what has just been said or what you guys had just heard, but James, I was saying that I'm pretty sure I had said that I have a feeling that she's going to unblock you, and she did. I was like, I think you'll be unblocked. So that's kind of funny. You guys are ugh. It's not funny what you guys are going through, but it's funny that she unblocked you and then you blocked her because you're kind of like over it. You guys are like matching energies right now. All right, let me read real quick. I'm laughing at you being like, now you want to take the high road. You did, you did. All right, I'm on the third to last slide. Give me a second here. Also, MWIMS, if you're in the chat and you want to drop your question for me, feel free. You don't have to do it right this second unless you want to, but I have you down for an in-depth reading. Oh my god. You brought up her ex, James. Oh my god. Y'all, I'm reading the tea right now. Like, oh my god. I have your question, girl. Thank you. Oh, that's so weird because in your channeled message, she said, honestly, I wasn't even sure if I even wanted to talk to you, but now after all that, I made the right choice. And here she says, it tells me I was correct. So that's interesting. Wow. Has she responded to the like 12:39 a.m. email? Oh my god. Okay. Let me shuffle real quick. I see. Okay. Ooh, that's a pain point. Ooh, that's a burn. All right, what is she feeling after the blow up? Let's see. So I feel as if she's kind of thinking to herself, I was right all along. Like, I knew it. I fucking knew it. Like, I think that she's trying to validate herself in this process. I think she's trying to say, like, I think she's, it's so weird to say this, James, but I feel like she's pleased. I feel like she's happy. Like, I feel like she feels, oh, like, I'm validated. Like, I was right all along. And because, first of all, it makes her feel good to, like, tell herself that she was right about you. And then, second of all, it makes her feel good to, like, have a reason to pull back from this connection because then she feels, oh, well, I don't need to like try anymore. I know I don't need to try. And yeah, this is kind of wild. I do think there are some things that you said that was a pain point for her. I think this did kind of feel like a punch in the gut. You know, when someone like, have you ever had the wind knocked out of you, like as a kid? like went over like your handle bike railing or like ran into a fence or I don't know, or like a kid hit you. Like there's this feeling of getting the wind knocked out of you that's very, very painful and uncomfortable. And I feel like that's kind of what's going on with her is it's like while she's happy, and yes, it is fucked up, that is the overarching energy. But I think there are specific things that you have said that did feel like the wind was knocked out of her, because I think that it was triggering, and I think that it brought up, and not triggering in the like overuse of the word trigger, because everyone says they're triggered these days, but like, I mean, it just was very unexpected. There were certain things that she goes, oh yeah, of course he would say something like that. But then there were certain things that you were like, saying, and she was like, holy fuck, like I did not expect him to go all in like this. And you know, she's thinking about that. I think that I think this is affecting her more than she will ever lead on to you. I think it goes to show, because she is continuing to message you and continuing to respond, that this matters to her more than she's letting on. And I think you're proving that to her too. But you're more like, oh, I'm just going to say everything I'm feeling now, be completely transparent with her. Whereas her responses are a little bit more reserved, because why? She's trying to look like she's the better person here. She's trying to make herself feel better. So like the one time you actually come for her and she is like, oh, I'm a good person, what do you mean? Like, it's kind of crazy. Because all the other times she's doing these things, and it's like, yeah, you might have looked into things further that she was saying, but there became a pattern in her, as you mentioned, like she's only liking certain things when it comes to keeping a distance from each other and all this other stuff. It's like she feels that she made herself abundantly clear with you that she didn't want something more with you on a romantic level, yet she's doing all of these things that are making you think otherwise. And so you're over here going, what do you mean? What does this mean? I'm confused. And like, she's dealing with the aftermath of her own poor choices. And I think for her, it's just a matter of trying to like make her way through this confusion, through this fog. I think there are certain things that she's saying, and she's, you know, I don't know if you notice, you probably do, but she's not addressing the specific things you're saying. Like you're going all in on her, and she doesn't know how to respond to everything, because she doesn't have like anything to say about it, because she's like not necessarily right, you know what I mean? And so she's just continues to beat the same dead horse. Like she continues to say the same things over and over again, because she has nothing else to contribute to the conversation, because you are making valid points, but she doesn't know what to say. And so she just does what she can to just continue to deflect and project back onto you. I think that she's feeling completely drained of this. I think she's feeling defeated. There's a part of her that likes fighting with you. It's kind of this twisted sense of like, he cares and I care and we're fighting with each other, and that means we care about each other. But at the same time, she is trying to hurt you. I think she is trying to get you where it hurts. I think you are also trying to get her where it hurts, because at this point you're like, no holds barred, not holding back, gloves are off, like all the cards on the table. I'm not gonna like hold back anymore when it comes to this. So she's just kind of processing this blow up, what this like this toll this blow up had on her. And you know, I think that there again are painful points that you have brought up, and there might be a sense that she's feeling betrayed by you, to be honest. She might be feeling like, wow, like can't believe he went that low. Like she might even say something in response like, wow, you really went low, or like you went below the belt, or something along those lines. Like I think that she really feels the weight of the things that you're saying. And I think certain things are hurting her. Not necessarily hurting her feelings, but I think that they could be. But I think that it's more like you're bringing her back to a place in time that hurt her, and she's having to experience that experience again. there is a sense of this is over, like between the two of you. You know, she feels the chapter has closed. The emotional like toll is still fresh for her. So yeah, I don't know. That's kind of what she's feeling. Let me know if you have any questions about that. You called her out on that to cut the fake ass bullshit. Oh my god. All right, messages from Spirit regarding your romantic future. So I feel like what Spirit is urging for you is for you to find hope again and for her to find hope again in terms of like romantic connections, even if it's not with each other. Despite the devastation that you're currently feeling, this is a rite of passage for you both. And I feel like they want you to feel like you can have faith in love again. I know you've been holding a lot in, James, and that's claiming your power back. You know what I mean? This feels like a dark time for you guys. This feels like there's a lot of like recovery that needs to be had. And I think that the star is here and they want you to have faith. Not only the possibility of healing yourself, but also allowing for room for like something else good to come in. Maybe this is just like a need to kind of clear away the clutter and kind of rebalance the power dynamic between the two of you. I feel like it's up in the air in terms of if you guys are going to rebuild. Again, I'm not getting like a strong yes no on that, because I think you guys this is still too heightened, and honestly you guys are actually kind of still in the middle of it. You know what I mean? Like it feels quote unquote done, it feels over, you said what you said, but I still think you guys have a lot of fight left in you, and you just confirmed that. And I feel like you're still in the thick of it right now. So I think that there's still a lot more that could be said that could change the outcome here of what's going to happen between the two of you. Let's see what else. So as I mentioned, kind of like the Six of Swords rite of passage, they are saying that the fight that you guys have just gone through was a necessary death of the old version of your connection. And I feel like this was the blow up that was I know you know what I'm talking about. I have said to you many times before that there is something that happens between the two of you that is big. I think it was like a tower moment big, if I'm not mistaken. We'll have to go back to that reading. But I was like, there's something big brewing. And like that's going to kind of determine how things move forward with you guys. And it needed to happen for the connection to even have a chance at moving forward. I'm not saying it is, but it needed to, because there needed to be an ending here. Like these toxic patterns, miscommunications, emotional baggage that's no longer serving you, like this needed to be released, to be made room for something new and healthier to even have the chance of emerging. Do you know what I mean? Because like that old version, that wasn't working anymore. It sure wasn't. I do think that there's going to be some solitude and reflection between the both of you, James. I don't think you're ready. I don't think she's ready. I still think that there's more fight to be had here. You guys probably will still have like residual arguments and disagreements. Um, and then I think there is going to be a period of quiet that happens between the two of you. The main thing that's is clouding my perspective of your future right now is just because she feels she's right, you feel you're right, and she feels you deserve to correct this. You feel she deserves to correct this, and you guys are in this like weird place mentally in your decision makings that is on the other person, and that's why I feel very clouded by what is to come from your connection. I do think time apart is what we're looking at here once the dust settles. I think things are constantly shifting between the two of you. And, you know, the Wheel of Fortune brings a message of cycles and destiny, suggesting that this connection is a part of a larger life lesson, and that what everything that's happening between you guys right now is like pivotal, it's necessary, maybe could be fated, whether you understand it or not. The wheel is about timing and change and forces of fate. And while I said there's no extenuating circumstances, this is up to you and Patty, this may be an agreement that you and Patty made. I don't feel, again, divine intervention is going to come in and fix this between you guys, but maybe you guys made an agreement in a contract that you guys are going to have to potentially come to this point. Because again, this is like an agreement that you guys made. And honestly, I think that it hurt her when you said that you don't want to incarnate with her again. I don't know if it hurt her ego, but I do think that it hurt her soul. I think that was like a sting that hit a little bit harder than she thought it was going to. And I don't think she's quite felt the effects of that specific thing just yet. But I think that in time, it's definitely going to be something that lingers with her as well. I think right now it's just time to kind of process, and that's where I'm going to leave it. So let me know if anything I said you need clarification on before I move on to M. And we are shuffling for you right now, friends. All right, so you want the love spread. Let me pull up my love spread cheat sheets. I can't remember the placements. I can do the mini reading love spread. I memorized that one, but I can't remember the placements. I have it saved in my bookmarks. James, you said you guess that was pretty heavy of you to say. Yeah. And I mean, like I said, I don't know if she's quite feeling the effects of that comment just yet, but I do think that's something that will stick with her. Yeah, James, that's true. Might as well, right? Might as well just throw it all out there. Good luck with that. I still think there's more to come here, but in terms of like, you know, conversation, like I still think that there's going to be some type of retort. There seems to be this dynamic between the two of you where you're like, I need to have the last word or the final say or whatever. So she might need to regain her strength, and then she's going to come back for round 2 or 3 or whatever round we're on. But yeah, that's what I've got for you. All right, so we are going to look into how they feel about you, your current partner, how they feel about you, their true intentions, what you want, what they want, what brings you together. So, like strengths and weaknesses. And then we're going to pull on the energies, the success of the relationship, and if there's anything that you don't know that you need to know. Hey, honey, are you able to get the water out of the car, or do you want to wait till tomorrow?
Yeah.
My keys should be up there. Thank you. What they want brings you together. Well, what I can say, is that I do see that there are a lot of strong feelings here in regards to your strengths. You have the Two of Cups, which talks about that there is like a sense of unity, partnership in love, as well as compatibility, the desire to have like a happy relationship together. There is a connection here. There's no one else that has a connection the way that you guys do with each other. It's extremely unique to the two of you. And um, I feel like that's something that needs to be said, is that there's definitely a bond between the two of you. In regards to the energy around the relationship, we have the Queen of Pentacles. So this can mean a couple of things, but the one that's like jumping out at me right now is that like you want to have it all. Like you want to have all your dreams fulfilled with this person, and like maybe you don't feel like you're getting that because it's in the weakness section of this reading, the position. Like this is the wife, this is the mother, this is the homemaker, the like mom boss or wife boss or whatever. Like this is basically like where you feel like you checked a lot of boxes for what you want your future to look like. So whatever would make you fulfilled in the relationship, that's what this card embodies.
Your file isn't working, so I'll get it tomorrow.
It's not. Well, why don't you just pop the trunk and unlock the door?
Because I didn't feel like trying to like fight with it and trying to find the key and
Okay.
all that. So I'm gonna get it tomorrow.
Okay. So yeah, it feels like there's some kind of strength in like you achieving this dream that you have for yourself in this connection that you're not getting from him. It seems like to me that he might be dissatisfied as well. How he feels about you. We have the Four of Cups, and this talks about like a dissatisfaction, a missed opportunity, self-absorption. It could be that he's focusing more on his needs than yours, or focusing on the negative. He could feel like this connection just feels very stagnant, and like there's not much spark or excitement in this connection anymore. You said you feel this is accurate. Okay. Energy around the relationship, we have the Queen of Swords. Do you feel that you have been a little bit cold or distant from him, like trying to focus more on like your like logical mind versus your emotional heart? Your relationship had to take the back seat. I see. So the Queen of Swords is kind of like this person who feels they have to keep it all together, like logically. So like you may not be tapping into your emotions and how this is making you feel, because you understand with a logical mind what needs to be done or what is happening. And so you haven't really allowed yourself to feel your emotions. So when I see our relationship had to take the backseat, I'm also seeing you're saying your emotions also had to take the backseat. How this is making you feel is not something that you've allowed yourself to really feel. Like you probably have moments, but it feels like to me you're trying to be more of the logical sound mind, maybe be more understanding versus actually saying how you're feeling about things. Okay, I understand. Um I think you guys need a fun day. I think you guys need like playfulness being added back into your connection. It looks like you both are dissatisfied here. And if there is a desire to still have a relationship with each other, something has got to change. And I am like so sorry that he's dealing with his son who has health issues. That's very, very hard. And, you know, everyone that has this like that they're dealing with something similar, everyone's at a different level. You know, sometimes it can be really, really bad. Sometimes it could just be more like a day-to-day complication. And so like I understand that he has to dedicate his time, probably his money, probably his energies to this, and you can kind of feel neglected in certain ways, and I do understand that. At the same time, if he's wanting to maintain a relationship with you, he has to nurture that. If he's pulling his attention away from that and focusing on everything else except for you, that's not going to work. And you guys have to find like a way to bring back playfulness and positivity. Yes, a date night. Like you need to say to him, look, I just need a recharge. Just imagine that I am a cell phone, okay? And I am not getting recharged enough, and I'm like constantly on a 2% or a 3% or whatever you feel is accurate representation for you. And be like, if I could have a guaranteed date night every week or every other week or whatever, that would recharge me back to 100%, and that would get me by. I just need a touchstone. I need a way for us to connect, and I don't feel we're doing that, and I'm not happy. You probably aren't happy. I don't want to speak for you, but you might not be happy. And like we need this like yeah, exactly. And so for you, and because you guys aren't living together, it doesn't sound like you may need more from him than just once a week. You may need like verbal affirmations because you guys can't be physically together because you're not seeing each other every single day. And that is hard. Luckily for us, it's over tomorrow. So we are like going to come out of that energy, thank God. But yeah, I mean, it's you guys definitely need to feel that spark again in order for this relationship to be successful. It is saying it's up in the air, and as far as your success, because you guys, it's your decision. Like, are you guys going to continue to put into it or not? I feel like he wants to. His intentions here is the Page of Pentacles. It's like basically him wanting your relationship to be good, solid, setting goals. Like, you guys kind of need right now, like, you guys need like a contract. You could do something kind of funny and silly with each other. It's like a relationship contract. And it doesn't have to be like legal or like whatever. It can just be something funny, like a verbal agreement or a written one if you want to be even funnier, where basically you're like, we must like have a phone date once a week and like a in-person date once a week or something like that. We must abide by this. Like, you guys have to be putting the effort into your connection. This is a choice that you have to make. And I feel like he is looking for that opportunity. And let me tell you, the more love you feel in your everyday moments from him, the less miscommunication is going to happen. And so you guys definitely need to find a way to reconnect. And when I tell you, you guys can like make that last. Like, even if you can only see each other once a week, if it's intentional time together and you're doing everything you can, that will last you the week. I promise. Like, we understand life happens, but you need to have a way for you guys to be able to come together and it be very thoughtful and very intentional and like, this is what we're doing. So that conversation definitely needs to happen, but I feel like he's open to it. Maybe he's looking for an opportunity for this. I think that it needs to come from a place of this. Like, he probably feels that people need things from him a lot, but you need to present it to him as a way like, this is for you too. This isn't just for me. This is for you. This is for us. This isn't me saying I'm another person that needs something else from you to make your life harder. I'm saying this is what we need. This is what you need. Doesn't like a date night sound great? Like, doesn't time together sound great? And it needs to be presented in a way that you're not just being another person in his life that's demanding something from him. It's that you are saying, this is what we need for our connection, and this is for you as well. Things haven't been bad. It's just his sons get sick before Thanksgiving. We need to get to spend it together. Yeah, like, there definitely needs to be some fun, some good energy coming back into this connection for sure. And I think he wants that too. I think you do too. I think for you, you might be thinking, oh, well, like, you're probably thinking like, oh, well, once this happens, then we'll be fine. Or once that happens, then we'll be fine. And things probably keep coming up. And you're like, okay, well, once that's done, then things will be fine. And like, I think you're hitting your breaking point. I really do, because I think it's getting frustrating because you can only be but so understanding before you start feeling like you're being neglected. And I think honestly, he's frustrated because of these extenuating circumstances because it's not his fault. And so you guys are both, because you're like, it's not your fault. And he's like, I know it's not my fault. And then it's like, okay, well, great. But that doesn't change anything that's happening between the two of you. Just because it's not anyone's fault, there just needs to be more ways to be intentional. And like, even if it's a dinner date on FaceTime, even if it's like you guys try to find a way to have dinner at the same time and have a little FaceTime date, like, there just needs to be more intentional connections. That's exactly how he tells you he feels. Yeah, it's tough. But you guys can make it work. I mean, there's a lot of love between you guys. Remember, I have the Two of Cups here. So that's what I've got for you. Let me know if you need clarification on anything at all. You're welcome, girl. Thank you for your patience. I know you donated like an hour ago, so I'm sorry it took so long. Oh, good. I'm glad that it resonated with you. Not good that you feel that way, but good that it resonated. Um, I have confidence you guys will figure it out, but this is like you're not quite at a breaking point, you're not at a turning point just yet, but I think that if this goes on for a couple more weeks to months without like a plan, just make a plan, and try to stick to it like 90% of the time, and I think you're gonna feel better. Oh, I'm happy to hear that. Good, good, good. All right. Well, have a good night, Em. I just checked and it looks like I just got through my list for the night. So I'm going to go ahead and sign off. But I hope you guys have a lovely rest of your evening. Um, and I will see you guys next time. You definitely overcame a breakup. So you'll get through it. Okay. Bye, everyone. See you later, Em.